So this is a video about fruit and teeth. So if you find yourself craving fruit, that could mean two things. That you're craving alkalinity to balance your system. You're also in a search for energy, for carbohydrates, for sugar. So vegetable juice, especially with the carrot, 20% carrot juice, 10 to 20%. And then if you've been on the diet and doing the juice for a few years, you could probably get away with up to 40% carrot juice, depending on how you feel, right? You just kind of have to toy with that number. I do 40% carrot juice now because I used to just drink mostly celery juice, and I discovered I was a little bit more fatigued than I felt I should be. So I started adding carrot to my juice, especially because I've been working outside this spring, this fall, or this summer, and that really made a tremendous difference. And you know, I did about 40% carrot juice in there. So, you know, play around with that number. The carrot juice is going to give you energy, carbohydrates, and sweet to satiate those cravings. And then the other juices, the celery juice especially, you know, mixed with that stuff, is going to give you the alkalinity to help cleanse your system. So don't be tempted to overeat the fruit. I think, you know, if you have sensitive teeth, you probably want to stop fruit. You know, over the summer I was working for a farm stand at the farmer's market, lots of great organic produce and fruit. It was awesome. I probably ate 2 pieces of fruit a day on average, which is probably a little bit too much. You know, I'd have like a peach, right? Because you enjoy the peaches, and then I'd have a berry milkshake at night. And then some days I was doing a hydration formula with watermelon, tomato, cucumber, some berries. So it's a pretty decent amount of fruit. I noticed I had a small bit of erosion on my enamel, which is where I already have some erosion, and I didn't like that. So I was talking to somebody who's been on the diet for 20 years. He said, stop the fruit. You know, cucumbers okay, tomatoes a little bit's okay, but stop, you know, the sweet fruit, because that is going to demineralize your teeth. I already have weak teeth in some areas because of braces and going to the dentist and getting scraped most of my life. I only had braces for about a year and a half though. So, but if you've had braces, be advised, you probably have some weak enamel in those areas. You could see some erosion. It's not the end of the world. It's not decay. Technically, the tooth doesn't get rotten. The enamel just kind of goes away. But this fellow who's been on the diet for 20 years has said that he has gotten enamel back. And I know that Audgenus has said that he's only seen people who are like 27 or 30 years of age get remineralize their enamel. But again, Audgenus, he never had a lot of clients who were doing the diet 100%. So the fellow and his wife, actually, I speak to, he told me that they had a similar problem, and over time, the enamel has come back. The tooth has regrown. So that's very encouraging to hear. I don't know about my situation in particular because of the amount of toxicity I have, how that would play into healing. I know that will hinder some healing aspects. You know, my body's going to use nutrients in more critical places, so we'll see. But for right now, I've cut off the fruit. You know, I'm still enjoying the last tomatoes of the season. I have some Concord grapes, which are my favorite, and I'm munching on like 3 or 4 a day, which is not a lot. The grapes, sugar is very close, I believe, to the sugars in the human body. I think Audgenus injected himself with grape juice once when he was having some diabetes issues. So I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but it is what it is, and I'm just going to enjoy the last grapes of the season, because why not? So, you know, if you're having sensitive teeth, make sure you stay on the cheese and honey. Definitely stop the fruit. Cheese pulling, oil pulling are great things. Fish is good, milk is good, shellfish are good. You know, I first had this erosion and my teeth were pretty sensitive, but after about 3 months of, you know, fish and milk, cheese and honey, it went away. My teeth were not sensitive anymore. When I would sip on, cold water or vegetable juice, I wouldn't get any, pain or sensation in those areas. So you definitely just have to keep with it, and your teeth will strengthen up again. I can tell you from experience. So don't worry. Just, cut out the things you should cut out, and then, work on the things you need to work on. And I promise your teeth health will improve. But you do have to brush. Flossing is very helpful, getting that plaque out of there. I like to floss and then oil pull and then brush. Usually I just brush with milk or cream or kefir, whatever I take to bed with me. But the toothpaste formula is pretty good to use. I've heard some people report that it's a little too demineralizing for them. So be cautious about how much clay you use. I would err on the side of less clay. If I were to make it an apple cider vinegar, and more raw fat. That stuff is really strong. You don't need a lot of it. So good luck with your teeth, and let me know if you have any thoughts or comments or questions.